Hey guys, it's episode 12 of Coffee with Clever Models, and this is going to be kind of a short one. I only want to show you one thing I was working on. So, anyhow, I don't have my coffee cup today, so Coffee with Clever Models is brought to you by, no, it isn't really, by Starbucks. Anyway, gotta have a coffee. Anyway, here's why I'm doing this. I think last time I mentioned a new kit called Rick's Pickles. Well, Rick's Pickles, I hope the sound is up here. Yeah, okay. Rick's Pickles was kind of interesting. I said, and I had finished it, as I had said. So I thought, well, that's done. I'll paginate it and put it out. But you know what? I decided to build it. And building it, I made some interesting discoveries that have ultimately will make the kit better. Let's see if we can see what we got here. Um, I learned a couple of things. Of course, I'm building an O scale, which I always do. And because this is a test model, I'm not doing any dimensional doors or windows or anything. I'm just putting it together as quickly as possible. And what I'm finding out is this is actually a really complicated kit. And I'm only building half of it. I'm building the front building. Then I will build the shed with the pickle bins, and we'll document as much as we can. Now, I wanted to actually show some building, show some actual folding and building and whatnot, but I can't really hold the phone and do it at the same time. So you're going to see it in steps, at least for now, like this. Now, one of the interesting things I found out, okay, I did this stiffener at the top. You're familiar with our way of doing stiffeners and whatnot. And there's one at the bottom. The bottom was the only one that was planned in the original kit. What I found out was, well, the walls were kind of bowing a little bit. I thought, well, how can I stiffen that? I came up with this new stiffener, which the big difference is it has really, let's see if I can hold this, it has deep sides so that it kind of doubles the thickness of the walls of the kit. And I've never done that before, and I think it works out well. So I'm gonna. See, that's not in 3D. So I'm gonna do that from now on. What I started on though, and one of the toughest things to build was the deck that the little building goes on. Okay, I hope you can see that. It's two-sided, right? So there's, even though you'll never see the underside of the kit, it's there, mostly for structural reasons, but because of all the legs and whatnot that are going to be holding this deck up, I felt it needed understructure. So, I don't know if you can see. Now, yes, it looks a little wavy on the sides. That's actually on purpose. Not that your kit has to be built that way, but I don't mind it. The fact that it's a little bit out of a line, and it's such a big, a big deck. It just added a nice flavor, so I'm leaving it that way. This kit has a lot of lumber in it, right? And as you've seen, our lumber before, this is kind of what it looks like when you cut out a piece of the lumber, right? It's basically four sides of a box with the tab being the stiffener on the inside. What it comes out looking like when you finish building it is like this, which is a mighty fine looking piece of lumber actually, right? So, let's see, I think this was actually built a little better. So, is it hard to build this lumber? It's actually not. When you think about it, you probably spend measuring and finishing the lumber you'd get in a laser kit or whatever. It's really not that hard to do. Key thing is make sure that you do all your fold scores accurately, because otherwise it'll come out twisted, and that's not a good thing. Let's see. I want to show a couple of things here. There's some more lumber from the kit. I want to see if I can show you the screen here. I have a thing. Oh, by the way, it's like 20 below, and that's why I'm getting a lot of this done probably. There's some of the deck layout Those are happen to be the legs of the deck right there. Uh, okay, when you're putting, the reason I want to do this is when you're putting a test kit together like this, things happen. Stuff surprises you that you didn't plan for. So probably since I started this the other day, yesterday, I've made about a dozen changes to the kit based on things I discovered, right? Um, and I'm gonna make more. For instance, this this is actually the front of the kit that goes underneath a roof, and so I felt it didn't need much detail, but it needs at least one more window. I'm going to put it in. This is an exterior wall that leads to a stairway that goes down from the deck that this sits on. Let's see if we can. Okay, we'll sit this on the deck like that. That's okay. So it's going to sit on the deck. This is obviously just placed there, and there's going to be a stairway that goes down from the deck. Okay. Now, originally, this was planned for that there would be one roof that would go across the top of this, and as well as over the exposed deck part. Now, that's fine, and it looked fine, and all that. But when building the deck and the part that expands, that goes over it, I thought, wow, you know what? That's this part right here, by the way. Okay. Okay, Rick's Pickles. Right? And it has an exposed ceiling. I just fiddling around, I thought, well, you know what? Okay, we're going to try and show you this. This looks better if it's actually a separate roof. That is a little bit below the other roof. Now, I wouldn't have known that had I not built it and just put it out as it was. And so I went ahead and I modified the kit to show that second roof piece. Now, the thing being, of course, that goes down to other changes. I had to make all the posts that hold the roof up shorter. Obviously, we're not done with the test build yet, so who knows what will be revealed as we do this. One of the things was that the roof sections themselves were actually much longer and wider than they needed to be, so in the kit, they're shorter. So you won't have to deal with some of the weirdness that I have to deal with. But this is one of the reasons kits take a while to come out. They're done. You figure everything's done. But until you actually test build it, you can't say it's done, because things are going to pop up and they are going to need to be dealt with. That's what I'm doing right now. That's why Pickle Rick's is not out right now, and I'm having a good time with it. Now, here's a weird story. What started me going on this? Because I haven't been building a lot recently, because I haven't really had a properly set up workspace, and I still don't. But knowing this cold snap was coming, I thought, well, this is a perfect time for me to build some of my sci-fi stuff. And then I'm going to make a diorama, and I'm going to take around some gaming shops and see if I can see if I can drum up a little business doing in-store tutorial builds, charging maybe $30 or $40, and you come in and you get the kit and we build it together in the store, that kind of thing. So I started building stuff from my moon set. Okay, so I actually started building this. This is only a part of it. Let's see if I can do this and show you what it really is going to look like. So, yeah, this is actually going to be like twice as tall, and there's a spacer between it, and hatches, and all kinds of cool little connectors. The end result is it's going to be a complete moon base. I don't have it set up here where you can actually see it. But that started it. And so I was doing that. I had to stop because the kit needed some modification. And for whatever reason, I got into building Rick's Pickles, or Pickle Rick's Pickles. And, um, and that's where we're at, right? So that's part of the process. And that's why it takes a while for these kits to come out. Um, it's for me, it's a adventure in you know seeing what these things look like and learning a lot about the kits, and means you guys get better kits. So we're having a good time. Anyway, it's cold out, and I've got my Starbucks, my double shot energy drink. Oh, that's good. And so this short little episode here, um, just a little over 10 minutes. I'm going to continue. We'll be back at you in a few days. Everybody have a great time. Survive the cold. Play with your trains or your spaceships. And I'm out. Have a good one.